My name is Mark Sarek. I am the founder of Resolveray Law. Our team is focused on getting results for our clients. Our firm, culture, and motto, expect real results, encourage the team to consider options that other firms might overlook or fail to consider. In a recent case, a client had a lawsuit dismissed because Victoria Stevens, a leadership team member at Resolveray, determined that an unresolved bankruptcy would allow our client to avoid paying money or damages that he could not afford. Our team took a call and set up a consultation based on the service of a summons and complaint that apparently required an answer to be filed. The case itself, as initially relayed to me at least, involved business partners that went their separate ways. Some unfinished business and a customer complaint unfortunately resulted in a lawsuit. When I interviewed our client, I thought the matter concerned a business-related complaint only, which was left unresolved after our client exited the company. All I knew at first was that he was personally served and needed our help. Doing what we do, we answered the call. After I spoke to him, he felt comfortable that we could help and hired our firm. Victoria Stevens then followed up to gather additional information. What happened next made all the difference. Normally, initial consultations with potential clients are on the phone, but in this case, we met in our office and got to know each other. This gentleman came in with his fiance, and it's always nice to meet folks when you can. Because we take a team approach, the client then met Victoria Stevens. Victoria interviewed him and discovered that a bankruptcy filed a few years ago was not properly completed. The decision was then made to reopen the bankruptcy. Our follow-up client interview and analysis determined that all that was needed was for our client to take his final financial course, which was necessary to get a discharge and which ultimately led to a dismissal of the lawsuit. We reached out to his previous attorney who filed the bankruptcy. The old firm did not want to complete the process without charging our client additional money. At this point, he was more comfortable with Resolveray's team anyways. Victoria Stevens came up with an unexpected resolution that required much less by way of attorney fees, and we avoided protracted litigation. We handled the bankruptcy filings in federal court and updated the state court in the civil matter. Immediately after his initial consultation, the team at Resolveray came up with a plan of action. By reopening the bankruptcy and helping our client complete the process in federal court, the litigation was stayed in state court, then ultimately dismissed. The plaintiff can now no longer pursue our client. We reached out to opposing counsel and advised him that the case must be dismissed, and after some delay, we made clear that the plaintiff would face sanctions if he did not dismiss the case. It worked. Resolveray's proactive approach led to a result that not every firm could obtain. Not all litigators are familiar with how bankruptcy works. Best of all, the money our clients saved in lawyer fees can now be put to good use. He and his fiance are pursuing their dreams and getting a fresh start instead of being bogged down in expensive and lengthy litigation. What I've just described is a process that quickly led to a resolution. In a case that easily could have taken a year or more to get to trial and cost our client much, much more, we were able to make appearances in multiple courts to get our client's case dismissed within 1 month. If you want to know more about this, or if you have any other civil pre-litigation or litigation-related questions, please reach out to us. We would be glad to talk to you and help you get answers.